Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David,
I'm Mary.
and this is where we talk all things the Mandalorian and Grogu and Star Wars. Welcome
And
back.
Star Wars stuff.
Yes,
People
today.
People must be so happy to hear you do the intro instead of me.
I don't know about that, but happy Memorial Day.
Oh, happy Memorial Day.
Happy Mando Monday.
Happy Mando Monday.
And happy 49th birthday to Star Wars.
Happy birthday, Star Wars. Aw.
Today is their 49th birthday.
Isn't that wild?
It is wild. Feels like it should be older, but
yeah.
I am 4 years younger than Star Wars. Makes me feel old.
Yet so far. I was going to say, so close yet so far.
Yes, exactly. But before, like always, we get started, we want to thank all of our awesome top tier Patreon supporters out there. Leah McCallion, Kevin Lanninger, Deb McCaffrey, Zach Nitzel, Maya Morris, Adam Haber, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, someone named Mariana Tia Arnold.
We really need to just remove that.
Rush Jedi 27, Alex Blundell, Indiana Solo, BC Doomit, and Sean Smith. So I want to shine a spotlight on BC Doomit. So BC Doomit actually gave me a Christmas present that he said, I'm going to give you a Christmas present, but it's not going to come until May. It came in, and I have a picture. I'll put it on the screen right now of it, and I have it right here. I can pick it up. It's kind of heavy, but this is what it is.
Whoa! When you said that in the group chat, I did not realize.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a facsimile. It's a copy of a poster that was signed. It's not that; those aren't the actual like signed autographs.
Cool
but it looks cool. Real. If you look really close, it looks real. If you look at that middle signature on in the duel over Obi-Wan, that looks like it's real, like marker. And it's awesome. He said he paid a lot of money. He paid hundreds of dollars for this, and that's so nice of him. Yeah. And I was like, "Why, man? You paid so much for this?" And he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to get you a Star Wars thing because." He's like, I know how much you love it. And shout out to BC Doomit. And it's right here. I'll pick it up here.
That's so nice. You know why? It's because you're a good person, David. And people know that. So they want to give you good things. Yeah. Oh, man, that's wild. I did not realize how big it was from the picture you sent.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Also, your ring camera is really nice. Your ring light is pretty nice, too.
So the signatures are Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Samuel L. Jackson, Kenny Baker, Tamil Morrison, Peter Mayhew, Natalie Portman, Ian McDermott, Christopher Lee, which is like, wow. Frank Oz, Jeremy Bullock, and James
Frank Oz.
Yeah.
Frank Oz is a hard one to get for sure.
And I think I told this story on the podcast before, but when I was with Ted and we did like a little after party thing for one of the conventions, a random girl was like, "Hey, I used to babysit Frank Oz's kids." Whoa. Or I guess she was an older person, but I couldn't tell it was dark. But and we're like, "Huh? What?" And I'm like, maybe she's pulling her leg, but she's like, she kind of went into detail about, I babysat Fozzie Bear's kids. And I'm like, okay, Fozzie Bear. She knows he was Fozzie Bear. Yeah, Miss Piggy. And it's like, I used to watch the kids and he used to do the voices. And I'm like, okay, wow, that's weird. And we were in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's like, what are the odds? I don't know. Kind of strange.
That is pretty wild. It's a small world, you know?
It is. For reals.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to talk about LegionSabers.com. They are our official sponsor. Visit their website, use the code STUFF at checkout, and you get $5 off currently. And I believe they're still running the promo to get 20% off. So you tack on the 5 on that. You get a cool lightsaber accessory. All kinds of good stuff on that website. Necklaces. We'll have some at SpaceCon coming up in 2-3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I got them.
Less than 20 days.
Yeah. So here is, I guess this is the Obi-Wan, right? It's the Obi-Wan saber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still going through my weird glasses phase here. So bear with me. So we got a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
And
we
you're wearing a
do.
really cool hat.
Yours is already packed away in my suitcase.
All right. Should we talk about like what like I was going to do but I couldn't
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I was gonna surprise Mary and James and show up to the El Capitan and just shock and blow their minds.
I was
But I
still
got
half waiting for you to do it. I kept turning around while I was in line. I was like, he's about to show up. I can tell.
but yeah, I got, as you know, I got kind of sick there. And I was like, I probably shouldn't be flying. And then of course I couldn't really see that well, so I couldn't deliver pizza to make my side Star Wars money for all the trips we do. And then Mary was like, yeah, it's probably better you don't come because all the money you're going to spend coming here is going to be so much, it's going to throw off every other trip that's planned this summer, which is a lot for this
Yeah.
year. So I think that was a good idea. I stayed, I got vision back, I worked, I made money, and everything is all good. Mary was like, hey, I can just pick up all the merch you bought for the El Capitan ticket, which is the hat she's wearing, the Funko Pop. Do you have the Funko Pop?
Right here. I'm
Nice.
so prepared today. Look at this.
Wow, we're actually prepared.
Look at us.
So yeah, she is so nice. She picked that up for me. We had to do a weird like ID, Texas ID check. I had to send that to her. She gave the El Capitan employee the ID. She got me the hat and the Funko there.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be giving it to me in a couple weeks in person because we'll all be at SpaceCon San Antonio. If you're going to SpaceCon San Antonio, which is like a mini celebration, pretty much. Ian McDermott, Hayden Christensen, Ivana Sakno, Giancarlo Esposito, Daniel Logan, Jimmy Smith,
Tom
Tom
Hiddleston.
Young Palpatine will be there. Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see us there. We should have a booth again, and it'll be a lot of fun. But
I'm so excited. I've already got plans. Like, so I not only do I have SpaceCon plans, I have San Antonio plans and stuff. My first time in San Antonio, my first time in Texas. So there's just like so much on my list that I need to do, including Buc-ee's because I promised Zach Buc-ee's, Riverwalk,
yeah.
all those things. So anybody who's got suggestions, DM me. I want to know where I should go and where I should eat. And if you know good coffee places in San Antonio, let me know.
And I think Monday will be the big day where we kind of traverse
run
the
around.
area.
Yeah,
Derpy on YouTube. Derpy, I haven't seen you in a while. David was going to blow their mind so hard it was going to be the level of the Death Star blown up by Luke. Yeah,
literally.
I was so wanting that to happen and just shock them to a crazy degree. But yeah, things happen. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go.
What was so funny though is like about a week before David told me, we were just chatting it up and I was like, okay, see you in a couple of weeks. And he had this look on his face like, what? What do you know? Later do I find out if he thought I knew about El Capitan. But I was like, no, I'm just talking about San Antonio.
Yeah, Mary saw it with James and you had like the full blown like laser light show, right?
It was amazing. So we got there. So if you've never been to the El Capitan, it is owned by Disney. It's a 100-year-old theater with one movie screen. And it's very much, it's a movie theater, but it's designed like a stage theater. So it's got the curtains and everything. And it's got an organ that lifts out of the ground. And then the pipes are on both sides of the building. So anytime you go to a showing there, it starts with the organ player. And he was just playing John Williams music from E.T. to Star Wars to Indiana Jones to James Bond. And it was really great. And then his performance is done. And then we sat down and I got really, really lucky. So a gentleman came up with his friend. His friend was dressed up as Mandalorian. He was like, "Hey, my friend and I actually got split tickets. I'm in 105, he's in 109. Do you guys mind scooting down? I'll make it worth your while." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem, dude." but I'm definitely gonna hold you to that immediately. And he's like, okay, yeah, no problem. And then he pulls out this like binder. And I, going to WonderCon and going to the droid panel, I knew exactly what was happening. And I like screamed out, I was like, you have a droid. You have a droid. And he's all like, all right, get your camera out and get your hands free. So my husband took my camera and my phone, and then he put Grogu in my lap. It was the cutest thing ever. So that was like the start of my experience seeing it. And then it went into the laser light show. That's amazing. Posted it on Instagram if anyone wants to see it. And then straight into the movie. But what okay, here's the one bummer though. Next night, Jon Favreau showed up there. I was like,
And
what
we were
the
talking about it too. It's like, yeah, for sure, Favreau, Filoni, the cast, maybe
Yeah.
Pedro,
Someone's gonna be
Grogu, they're all going
there
to be there opening night, and they showed up the
the
second
next
night.
night. They showed
Yeah.
up the second night. It was a bummer, but I'm happy for the people who got to like to have that experience. But the El Capitan is a really great theater. They had props up everywhere, including one of the Grogus they used for the movie, a statue that you can do photo ops with of like Mando and Grogu. Yeah, and it's really funny because like the lobby is like 2 feet wide and stuff, and they were
Mm.
cramming a few hundred people in there to move and groove to get to like to the actual theater and seats. So that's the only thing I would warn you about going to the El Capitan is be mindful if you want snacks and stuff, prioritize that because the line gets wild and there's no space. So, but I got lucky and I got the very coveted at popcorn bucket with Mando hanging off the side. I was
Yes,
trying to put the
yes, very
batteries in
coveted.
it. I was trying to put the batteries in, so you can put batteries in right here, and then there's a button up top that you press, and it'll like do the noises as if it was like shooting off lasers and stuff. So yeah,
So yeah,
this is my popcorn bucket.
that's the one that's only available at AMC and El
Yeah,
Capitan apparently. So
yeah.
I don't have an AMC close to me. The first night, opening night Thursday, I went to Santikos Palladium. Santikos is a big chain, I guess, in Texas in the South, maybe. But they are the ones that I usually go to if I want to go see it in IMAX. Um, and that's the San Antonio area. So I bought 2 spare tickets because, of course, I was planning on going to El Capitan just in case. They do a good job with refunding tickets, so I didn't worry about that. So I ended up doing that at Santikos in Texas. Saw it with Ted. I had a little bit of bad vision, but it was okay. But it was on IMAX. I got to see the IMAX, and I was taking the temperature of the audiences in the lobby and in the crowd, and it really seemed like a lot of families were showing up, which I was really excited for, and a lot of kids, a lot of ages, young and old. People wearing shirts, people dressed up. I didn't see any professional cosplay, but I did see some people wear some masks, some buying a lot of the buckets. And of course, I wanted the AT, but they didn't have it there. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Saw the movie on IMAX for the first time. IMAX did this really cool like countdown, which they always do for every movie, but it was a customized one for this movie. It showed the Forge. I think you're on mute, Mary. Something happened. I think you're on mute on StreamYard.
I had to like unplug my mic, like went dead for a second. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I moved it weird. I was gonna say, yeah, I feel like IMAX is doing that a lot more now. They did it with Fantastic Four too, right?
I don't remember. I guess every Pedro movie they do it. So yeah,
So
that was
valid.
cool. And of course, the second time I saw it was at the AMC Tech Ridge in Dolby. And that's where I recommend to see films in Dolby. You get the Dolby Vision, which is all these like lasers, and it's like very pristine, vibrant color picture and sound. Of course, Dolby's famous for their sound, so the sound was just the best. That theater in Tech Ridge, the seats are amazing. They recline. You can drop your seat down. You can raise it up, which is wild. And there's a lot of leg room. Like if somebody's reclined, you can still just do like a dead sprint out of there and you won't hit anyone. So
That's
the
wild.
leg room is nice. Third time I watched it, it's kind of like my tradition. I take my wife to go see it locally. And our local theater is actually not bad either. They upgraded the seats. They upgraded the AC. It's always cold in there. And the picture is quite bright as well. This was a very dark movie too.
Yeah.
So it really, really suited this film. So if
except for the first scene was so bright. There was like, at least in our theater, I was all like, I can barely see stuff because the screen, it was so much white. Yeah. So again, like it's 100-year-old theater. It was great, but they definitely do all the extras because you're not going to get like ultimate sound and an IMAX experience,
Right. So I've seen The Mandalorian Grogu 3 times now. My wife asked me on the third time, did you notice anything new or different? And I really didn't, which was very odd. I kind of reinforced and memorized stuff more that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, but I really usually see stuff I didn't see before, but it didn't really happen. I don't know.
I feel like this movie was so well, it's because it was really well laid out. Like the storyline, the pace is laid out, and they're not cramming a million things into every scene, You get to see the whole scene and everything. You see from his perspective and stuff like that. You get a bigger picture. There's not like, oh, let's hide this in here. All the fun little fan service Easter eggs were in your face,
Right. How many times have you seen it?
I've only seen it one time. I'm planning on seeing it again later this week in IMAX 3D because Craig as well has been like really recommending it in IMAX 3D. So for work purposes and stuff, I still have not seen it my second round. I got to make sure the numbers stay up from the weekend.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? The fact that it blew, like, I don't know if it blew it out of the water, but they were projecting the sales to be in like 60s to 80s, like below Solo, right?
Well, I saw a lot of projections say 80 to 100 mil, and I think the final count was something like 103 million domestically, and I think 165 worldwide, which I think the total budget for the film was maybe 20 million more than that or something. So they're definitely going to make their money back.
Okay.
Oh, so did they?
I thought they already hit it.
Exactly. Okay. If that's the case, all right. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's kind of a moot point because, I mean, yeah, they didn't spend a whole lot of money. And they did like a kind of, I don't want to say mid-level, but they didn't do the $250 million bonanza that they usually do for like an episodic film. So this kind of worked to their advantage. I wish that they would do the 80, the 60, dare I say the $30 million film and do a very low scale, almost like have a division of Lucasfilm that's kind of like Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Where it's very small. Like you do, like the thing I keep on talking about and going back to is maybe do like a trooper too. And I think this has already been done by a fan film. Show a snowtrooper and a rebel pilot stuck during the Battle of Hoth. And it's just shot in the snow. You just do a simple set and they're trying to take each other out. And then you have a story that revolves around that, like a character piece. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on that,
That'd be good. That's actually a really good idea. They kind of do that with Zeb and then the character who becomes a part of Fulcrum in Rebels. They have a moment like that and stuff. So like they already kind of have that story. They could easily adapt it and turn it into a live action version of this. But I do love the fact that you used Blumhouse as the example. I'm very curious if people even still know what that is.
I think they still know. I mean, they just dropped a really big horror film that actually made more money this weekend than it did its previous weekend.
Yeah, that's
which Ted from Countdown just absolutely loves. But
Obsession?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't realize they did Obsession.
They did Obsession, and I think another horror movie is about to drop that I'm very eager to watch. Backrooms by a YouTuber.
Oh. Oh,
So
okay, cool.
that's that's something to look forward to. But and I like the fact if you do that, that's a way back into using the original trilogy stormtroopers, the
Yeah.
ships that everyone loves and relates to. All ages relate to it, and there's that nostalgia there built in. Um, so we want to talk love, likes, and dislikes here.
Ooh.
So, and maybe I don't know if
F
there's
Mary
any
Kill.
hate.
I don't think I hated anything. Okay, what
Yeah, I
should I
don't think I
start with?
hated anything either.
Let's start with our dislikes so that we end on
Okay.
what we love. We'll go from
Okay.
dislike to love. Okay. I disliked how they used some of the puppets. Not that they
Oh,
used
come on,
puppets.
Mary.
Not that
No.
they not that they used puppets. I love that they used puppets. I mean, dang it. Okay, I'm happy they used puppets. All right. I think the puppets are great. But there's like one scene that irks me. Yes, where
They
there's
just
when
chunked him.
yes, the Anzellans and Grogu are swimming through the water, and there's a genuine scene where it's just the Anzellan floating. Like someone literally tossed this puppet in the water, had a camera, and just grabbed a couple of shots.
They
I
said,
was
"Here."
like, this poor puppet and stuff. I was like, you couldn't finesse it just a little bit. At least Grogu's doing this, you know?
You can't see that well.
I think puppets should just not be in water swimming. I hate that was the worst part for me. I cannot stop having nightmares about that poor little Anzellan floating, just bobbing through the water.
Okay, I
Ugh.
absolutely love the puppets. I
I
love the
the
puppetry.
puppets the puppets are great. I'm against the abuse of the puppets. The floating and the not using them appropriately.
I mean, that was like a microsecond. I mean, I did look for
I'm
that when you said
still
that to me before my third screen,
Did you
and I was
see
like,
it?
it's not that jarring or
Ugh,
bad or anything. I don't know. I don't know.
it
That's
was
just me.
it was jarring to me. Okay, what was your dislike?
I just like they didn't have a crawl. They didn't have the opening crawl because to me, that
The
puts you in the
lives.
Star Wars mind frame and it
Yeah.
gets your brain ready. You're about to watch a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
And if I do recall correctly, Kathleen Kennedy did say
Promised.
we made a mistake and we're gonna add the crawl before every film. And this is a Star Wars film and we didn't get the crawl. So
Yeah, she
what
promised and she lied.
what the exact explanation is why we didn't get the crawl, I have my assumptions, but I don't know 100% for the accuracy's sake. I don't know why they didn't have a crawl. They did the solo thing where they had
Mhm.
the 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 kind of opening to set up the film, which is essentially a crawl. But and I think I have it right here. Somebody took a
Yeah.
picture. This isn't my picture. The evil galactic empire has fallen. Ex-imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy, plotting the empire's return. The fledgling New Republic has begun to reunite the galaxy. In the lawless outer rim, the Mandalorian and his young apprentice Grogu work to hunt down these imperial fugitives. Why not make that the Star Wars crawl? I mean, it doesn't have to be long. I mean,
Yeah,
just
and
two
it did
paragraphs. That's fine. I don't know.
I I think it would have been great as a crawl. I do think that that person who took that picture had an awful seat though. That was like that was jarring.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're going to take
Mm.
pictures in the theater, at least get a good seat to do it. My guy. You get to pick them
Yes.
now.
Yes, that's a major dislike for me. I did not like that. They did, and Zach pointed this out. Shame on me for not remembering, but they didn't even have a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah. I didn't
I
think
think
they
they
would
had it
have that
before
for
Solo,
this.
right?
They did, but I didn't think they would do that for this. I thought that it would be like its own crawl kind of
Mm,
thing. Like an adaptation of it because
mm.
I agree. I think a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away should be very sacred and precious to sagas. But I don't mind a crawl for everything. I think like if you're gonna say, oh, we're only gonna do a crawl for saga episodes and stuff,
Mm.
then make that the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Right? That can be the differentiator. Or is it just not a crawl to you without it?
I don't know because I want an explanation on why if they don't include a long time ago but have a crawl, or maybe include a
Hmm.
long time ago and don't have a crawl. I mean, that's just like why not just be consistent?
Because I think saga ones are more special. This is like a fun buddy
But
adventure, so it doesn't deserve it.
the argument against that though is everything before video games, comic books,
Ah, that's
any other
so
thing has
true.
a crawl on it, you know?
That's so true.
So it's kind of like, why did they just stop it? I mean, that puts all the audience in the same headspace. We're gonna watch a Star Wars film. Here we go.
Hmm.
That's like the Star Wars signature, you know?
Do you think it's a Dave thing? Because he's the one who spoke out on it. Or was it John?
I saw somebody post something about Dave not wanting it in there,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, huh? That doesn't make any sense. But I don't know if that's accurate. Um, Way back in the day when George Lucas did the crawl, he didn't have the credits at the opening. He got kicked out of the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild, and got crazy fines and made him very angry. So I don't know if that's a factor, or maybe they got some type of like kickback or discount on. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but it's
Yeah.
just weird. Like that's a Star Wars staple, you know? It's like, why? I don't know. That just bugged me. That just really bugged me. I do love The Mandalorian, though. I do love Mando Grogu. The Mandalorian is my favorite Disney Plus TV show over Andor, over everything. So,
Wild.
why is
That's
that
a big
wild?
state because that's a big statement.
That's
I
it.
there's
It feels like Star Wars to me, you know?
it does. It has that fun spaghetti western
Yeah.
samurai vibe to it.
Yeah.
I do one thing I really enjoyed, I thought was really great is that Brendan Wayne and Crowder got their names as
Yeah,
second and
that was
third
really
billing.
cool.
I thought that
I
was
think in
great.
season one
They
and
deserve
two, they
it.
didn't.
No,
Yeah.
they deserve it. They do a really good job with the physical acting of Mando
Hmm.
and stuff. I think I saw an interview today. I think you might have posted it where Brendan Wayne was all like, how does it feel to be? What would your grandfather say? So if you don't know, Brendan Wayne is the grandson of John Wayne, the
Great
famous
grandson,
cowboy.
right?
Oh, I thought it was grandson. Maybe, yeah, great grandson,
Mm.
grandson. Um, and they're like, "Well, what do you think he would say to know you were in a sci-fi movie?" He'd be like, "Oh, thank goodness that you're bringing some western and cowboy to this and stuff." And someone gave him a really good compliment of like, "Oh yeah, I see it and stuff," and the way you stand. And they did a side by side picture of Brennan in the Mando um, costume and his great grandfather standing next to him in this exact same pose. It was really wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And Brendan Wayne said, "Yeah, I'm not 6'5"
yeah.
and however many pounds." He's like, "I'm only 6." I'm like, "Only 6? That's pretty good." So Pedro Pascal is 6 foot tall too. I had no idea.
I don't know. I thought it was like 5'11" or something.
Oh, it was 1 inch off, Mary. I mean, come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it was six
You could
foot.
make that up with the Mando boots.
Exactly. That's why I think they put lifts in there for him. See, now I
So
need to know.
I'm 5'11" barefoot, and when I put my tie pilot boots on, I'm about 6 foot, and the helmet, I'm about 6'5", 6'6". So yeah, people say I'm imposing. Um,
He's 5'10". No. Okay. 5'11". I
he's my height. Well,
how did
if
I
you
know?
join us this August at Rebels Con
Oh
in
yeah.
North Texas, you'll get to see Lateef Crowder and Brendan Wayne, and they'll be
Yeah.
signing and autographing. And I think I might take this. So I went to the AMC showings and I got the cards here. So
Ooh.
yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
pack of two. I haven't opened one yet, but the other card is I think the new Razor Crest that was given.
Oh,
So
nice.
also, if you're watching us, listening to us, spoilers from here on out. I think it's obvious we're talking about our likes, dislikes. So, um, what's another thing you disliked?
Ooh, another thing I disliked, the way
Mm-hmm.
Rada moved. And I understand, it makes sense. That's how he's supposed to move. He's a slug. But I hated him doing the alligator roll. it just like bugged me so much. Or like how he uses his arms to like pull himself forward. And I was all like, why? Why is this happening? Like they couldn't think of any other way to do this. Um, I just yeah. And then his dialogue was very it felt like Jeremy White was doing his dialogue for it over his like AirPods in the car. You know? It was all very
Okay.
simple, same dialogue. "Oh, I'm not my father. My father's Jabba the Hutt. I'm not my father. Can I feed it? I'm not my father. Hang out with this guy, little guy." Like, it was all really basic lines and stuff. But I guess, I mean, if he's a teenager, that's what I would kind of expect from a teenager, so maybe it is on point and I'm just being picky.
Yeah. Travis Mitchell on YouTube says, "How's it going, guys?" He has a dislike
Hi.
or 2 negatives.
Ooh.
He says, "Feeling like multiple episodes and that there are like 3 prologues before the story starts."
Oh, that cold open, though? I thought that was a great cold open.
And that's what they showed us in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. That was the one panel I didn't go
Oh,
to.
you didn't see it?
Yeah, that was the one panel I didn't go to.
Oh
I
my
was too busy trying to
gosh.
get all my autographs and photo ops.
So James and I were like, there's no way they don't show this to the public. They never showed it to the public. It's basically the one shot scene where he's dispatching all the snow troopers
Nice.
and
That was so
in
cool.
the AT-AT. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great scene. That was a
Yeah.
great. Even my wife thought that was really good. So yeah, she's a hard critic. But the Rada stuff you said you disliked, I liked it.
I
It
didn't like
worked
the way
for
he
me.
moved. The way he moved.
I liked it. Did it just like creep you out, or you just like?
It felt like Uncanny Valley a little bit. Like we're like, this
Well,
doesn't
okay.
seem
I
right.
mean, okay, yeah. There's gonna
Like
be
a hut
uncanny
shouldn't
valley
move like
stuff,
that. A
but
hut should
I
not
mean,
move like that.
I don't
A
know.
hut stays stationary and they glide across like a launch pad kind of
But this was
thing.
a
They
buff
don't
hut. Remember,
that's
he had
also
like an eight
un
pack or something.
that's also off-putting. That is not like I don't get it.
Oh,
Ugh.
I didn't have
You
a
know,
problem with it.
and what's so sad is I love Jeremy Allen White as an actor and as a person and stuff like that. Like he seems like a really good dude and he's a great actor. And I feel like this is definitely not the last time we will see Rada. I feel like they don't introduce a character like this and make him kind of a focal point for at many points where he says a lot of these like lines of like, you know, um building a bond with Grogu, saying how Hutts live for centuries, just like Grogu's like species and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They don't make that. They don't introduce this. They don't bring a big name like this and give him what billing over Sigourney Weaver if they're not going to continue to use him. So I don't
And
think this will be the last time I'll feel icky about the way he moves.
speaking of Rada, we have a new logo. If you didn't notice,
Ah, he's so cute. Little baby Rada's cute though.
so yeah, we have live action Stinky on top of Star Wars Stuff podcast now, holding a green lightsaber, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but
It's
we did
cute.
it anyways.
It's cute.
Yeah, yeah, it's very, very cute. Um, and Jon Favreau actually took the time to make the maquette and paint it by hand himself. So I
That's
believe it's a
wild.
1-to-1 scale.
You know what? He
And
needs to spend less time doing this and more time writing more movies. That's what he
he may
needs
be
to do.
constantly writing. I'm not quite
Mm.
sure. I know that famous story on Christmas Day, he was sending emails to Filoni, and Filoni's like, "Are you sure? I mean, this is what you're doing today?"
That's so funny.
Yeah, yeah. What's
Okay, what are
another
your
dislike?
what? I mean, that's really it for me.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
my
really
dislike.
enjoyed this movie. Yeah, go for it.
Um,
Outside of the crawl not being there, what's your next dislike?
I want to say the other major dislike I had was there was not a whole lot of, I don't want to say winking, but setting up the next part of Mandalorian and Grogu. Like maybe have, I don't know. I don't know how to work this into the movie without being just like too on the nose, but referencing other events, possibly like a
Mm,
Thrawn thing, um,
turning
Ahsoka.
it more into lore.
Yeah, instead of it being like a siloed, like one shot, I would want it to be more connective to more things, and it just wasn't. There wasn't. And I know people do complain about cameos, and they have that term "glupshido," where there's stuff in there that it's like, oh, you're making an obvious on the nose reference to things. There's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it, and we've talked
Yeah.
about that to exhaustion on this podcast. But I wish there was. I wish it wasn't a siloed story. I wish it just wasn't just like, okay, this happened and that's it. There was no, and I guess another dislike was the fact that it was Jon Favreau directing the film, and and he is the man that started it.
No end
He is
credit
the one that
scene.
started off doing the mid credit and the post credit scenes for Marvel. Why did we not get this for The Mandalorian? I mean, if you're going to get rid of the Star Warsness of it all and take the crawl out, you might as well throw in the mid credit, post credit too, because fans are expecting it. Fans are now conditioned to stay in the theater to the very
Yeah.
bitter end because they think they're going to get rewarded. And to not reward people, it was funny because the last piece of music was like the Mando theme played like on a little like what's it called? The little guitar?
The Mandalay? A ukulele.
The Mando yeah, ukulele. That's what it sounded like. And my buddy turned to me and was like, is this like Mandalorian bar mitzvah music or what is it? And I was like, maybe Scorsese chose this bit of music. I don't know. But yeah, that was the other cool thing to see Martin Scorsese at the beginning. As credited at the beginning. I'm like, is this guy going to have a major role or something? I don't know. But
I thought
yeah,
it
he
was so
didn't.
funny.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what though? Okay, so I saw when I was getting up and leaving, like we did not wait. I was like, there was a couple that we had to pass by when we were leaving, and then she was like, "Don't you want to see the post credit?" I'm like, "This isn't Marvel, hun. Like, it
Oh,
ain't gonna happen. They don't do that here."
God. Well, I
But
mean,
I did see
like
a
I
really
said
great video
before,
though.
it's a non-traditional Star Wars film, and there was no crawl. But then it's like, okay, we did get a post credit for season 1 of The
Hmm.
Mandalorian, where we got the return of Tamira Morrison as Boba Fett. So they
Yeah,
did it
that's
there. And then we got the post credit at the end of season 2 where it's like the announcement of Book of Boba Fett. They could have said they could have dropped the teaser for Ahsoka.
You know what? That's what I was actually really waiting for. So we at my theater, because it was a Disney owned theater, we only got the Moana trailer. That's the only trailer we saw.
Not even the
I
Toy
was
Story trailer. That's interesting.
Oh no, and the Toy Story, you're right.
Okay.
Moana and Toy Story. I was thinking and hoping we'd get the Ahsoka season 2 like teaser drop there. But
I
I
think that's
didn't
the
happen
time
in
to
the
do it.
beginning, so I didn't yeah, it didn't happen in the beginning, so I didn't think it was gonna happen later. And you're right, we did, but I don't think that was so much Lucasfilm. I think that was Disney marketing using like because you have to keep in mind Mandalorian season 1 was at the start of Disney Plus and their streaming services. So they're
Yeah.
like, we have to be able to market this to get more people to sign up. How do we do that? We announce things sooner and stuff like that. So that's why I feel like they made that decision for Tamara Morrison and for Book of Boba Fett and stuff like that because it's like, oh, the season's over. Don't cancel because guess what we have coming next? Or like, hey, talk to your other Star Wars friends who loved the original trilogy and loved Boba Fett and love the Mandalorian. Like, guess what's happening next? We're going to give you more Mandalorians and Mandalorian lore. So I don't think it was so much a oh, here's a teaser trailer kind of end credits scene. I think it's like here's marketing, and it made sense to market that then.
And to me, it kind of feels like this is like a test movie of
Hmm.
sorts
I
because
agree with that.
if it doesn't do well, they're gonna maybe not do season 4 of The Mandalorian. But do you call it The Mandalorian and Grogu now? I don't know. Um,
Is it just Grogu? Grogu and Dad.
yeah, rebranding maybe. I don't know. But
Maybe we get Rada in season 4.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I would think Rada costs a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah, because it's not a
Um,
puppet.
yeah. Unless
I
he's like
don't know.
piloting his own ship and you just show him like
No, because he
armpit
can't fit in
high.
the cockpit. He can't
He
fit in
has
the
a special
cockpit.
ship. Yeah,
Oh,
they get a special
Zeb
new
builds him one.
randomized Republic era ship like the Razor Crest or whatever for him. I don't know.
Oh.
Um,
How did you feel about how he got a new Razor Crest?
that's fine. That's just a little
Yeah,
story
just makes
device
sense.
there to get him back in the Razor Crest. And I mean, it served the story. You got to rescue Rada. You got to put him in a big ship.
Yeah.
And now he's got a new Razor Crest back. I think a lot of fans were upset because, as you can see behind me there, I just moved for a second. I bought the Razor Crest from HasLab, and then as soon as that window closed, they blew it up at the end of the season. And everyone's like, oh man, we just bought this new toy, this new super expensive toy. They blew it up forever. But
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
yeah,
It's
yeah, that
back.
was, yeah. I mean, I didn't even like the design at first, but I fell in love with it. It was basically a huge part of the show. It was almost like a character.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I had no problem with that. There was story decisions that needed to be made to get certain things to progress the story, which I didn't have an issue with. That was all fine. Another dislike I had, which is going to maybe shock a lot of people and maybe make people mad, but
Oh no.
and maybe it'll grow on me. But let me see how to say this. So I love the career and I love the dude. I mean, he's awesome.
Oh my goodness. I was curious if it was going to be this.
I mean, he's been great. He's won Academy Awards. He's won Grammys, but the score to me was just, I don't know. When you hear that first synth, it reminded me of me being a kid and making those noises on a keyboard. And I was like, wait a minute, I could have done this.
Travis called it. Good job, Travis. Travis
But then
already
you
knew.
look
He read the
online and
room.
everyone's like, man, this score is so dope. I love it. Shout out to Ludwig. He's the next time. And I'm like, what did people listen to?
You know what?
And like I said, let me preface it with it might grow on me. I might buy the record and play it on my old record player.
I was about to say, the more you watched it, because you've seen it 3 times, the music didn't change in your mind of like setting that mood and really getting you in that space. Like I
want to say it grew on me, but I don't know. It just felt like it was a very simple thing that
really
he
simple.
did.
It was simple,
But I mean, when you look at the
worked.
right. But when you look at the Mando music, that's quite not that complex.
Yeah.
What he did with the recorder, but it's so iconic now, I think.
Yeah, I feel like so I really enjoyed the music because it felt appropriate for every set and stuff. Like when you go into the city and you get this kind of like electronic Tokyo vibes and stuff, with the food stalls and the fighting arena and everything in that electronic like just sounded so good. And I think that one is probably by far the most popular. But even Rada's is like a mix of that and a little bit of like something else, there's I would highly recommend. So I have the soundtrack on my Spotify playlist and I will shuffle through it. And the city one, I can never pronounce it, so I'm not going to even try. But the Rada theme is also really great. So
yeah,
I recommend. I think it'll grow on you. And you're right, it is really simple, but for me, it works.
Yeah,
you're on an island, sir. You're on an island with this one.
Well, a couple people agreed with me that watched it with me, so it's not too bad. But I do see a lot of posts saying the music was great and bravo, he's gonna win another Grammy or whatever, and I'm like, okay, all right, maybe I'm just too old now. I don't know. Another dislike that I had. I might have to think a little hard. The crawl, no real connective tissue. The fact that it was a silo, the music to me wasn't. And it's kind of a catch-22 because this is the Mandalorian. It has its own specific music, but then again, it's a Star Wars movie. They didn't even play the Force theme when Grogu used the Force ball either.
Yeah, they gave him a new one, his own.
Yeah, that's something I didn't like either. Just the connectivity back. You're making me think about all the things I like too. By doing this, by talking about all my dislikes.
You're struggling to find a dislike.
I think those are all the major ones that I had. Yeah, other than those, it was probably maybe like nitpicks. The movie is a little dark, which is a little nitpick.
I mean, that's becoming so common now.
Goes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's becoming so common now. Like, even when I'm at home and stuff, I have to like close every single blind and I have to turn off every single light and I can't watch anything before 6 p.m. and stuff like that because everything is so dark now.
Yeah.
So, okay, I thought of one other small but dumb dislike that I had. I wish they had titled it The Adventure of the Mandalorian and Grogu and stuff. I feel like that would have curbed a lot of people's expectations of like what they're walking into. And then because I mean, like, look at Starfighter as an example. We all know it's a one-off. We're hoping for some kind of connectivity and lore, but they have made it very clear to us like this is a standalone movie. It's not going to be episodic, everything. And I feel like everyone's kind of accepted that. I think that's the missing piece of setting expectations for this movie and why it got so much hate before it came out.
Yeah. And I think people were confused too. They didn't know if this was season 4 turned into a movie or what. Allegedly, it's not. This is its own standalone thing. Season 4 is already written. They're just waiting on if it's going to be green lit. Favreau's already written it. It's done. We're just waiting. That's the other like dislike I have. That's not really movie related, but
gosh, 4 years in between everything.
Yeah,
4 years between this, 7 years between that. Ahsoka's another 4 years. I mean, well, it's not. Yeah. It's been 4 years by the time it comes out, but still, it's so long.
Yeah, I'm getting old. And I don't like the fact that it really feels like they were like, we need to get something out, but safe. And this was probably the safest thing they could do.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
I mean, it's so family friendly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the confusing thing is, why wasn't this dropped back in like even 2 years ago, And I think the major reason was because the inflated budget of Andor. It was like the cost of 2 films or whatever. And then the strike, and then the pandemic, and pushed everything back. I get all that, but I really wish they prioritized them doing a movie. They have Jon Favreau at the helm, and he's like, he makes a lot of makes a lot of money doing these movies. I mean, he's made some great films, and they had him, right? It wasn't that like they had like some director that didn't have experience.
Yeah, especially like it being a standalone. It could have came out anytime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would rather have gotten this earlier and waited on getting the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what do you like?
What do I like? What did I like about this film? So I did like. I mean, first of all, I love the character of Din Djarin, and I love the relationship between him and Grogu. I love Grogu. I love that character. I love that he was not an onlooker. He participated in the action. I love the action set pieces. I love the fact that we got, even though it was truncated, I think a little bit too much, maybe the use of X-wings and Y-wings and the U-wing. I love the fact that we got Zeb in there, even though you could have stuck anyone in probably in that role. But putting Zeb in there is really cool in live action.
Yeah.
Cool factor. I love, I mean, I don't know if I love the story per se, but I really did like it. And unlike you, I loved everything about Rada. I I love the speech. I love the look. I love. And here's the funny thing about Rada with me. So I know somebody in real life that talks just like him. The same cadence. I guess it's Jeremy
Oh
Allen White.
my
The same
gosh.
cadence. The same kind of like wholesome good guy. I'm a really good guy, and I'm trying to help everyone, and I'm trying to do the best I can, and that type of person. And he's a family member, and I turn to my wife and I'm like, that is him on screen. Talks just like him. And he is a very good guy. He looks out for people. He's a very big guy too. I mean, he's got muscle mass, just like Rada, and he could stomp out people if he wanted to, but he's a very gentle giant. And I so relate. I'm like, that's the guy. I know this person. So yeah,
That's
that's just
so
a personal thing
funny.
for me. But and my wife's like, no, she's just shaking her head. I'm like, that is him. That is totally him.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I like and that's what it was weird to hear him speak basic, which is our English language.
Yeah.
To hear him just like talk, to hear English come out of a big old hut, like just conversationally with no accent was.
But that makes sense to me. That
It
makes
does
sense
make
because
sense, but it's just
he's been on the run
weird.
his own. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
just like, does this work? You know, I was like trying to listen to the audiences to hear if they had any audible reactions to it, and I really didn't hear much. I haven't seen much
yeah.
either, so I guess it worked.
Yeah.
It
I
turned
feel
out.
like I think I'm on an island with that one of like this Rada like being kind of icky and weird in my brain kind of thing. But for sure, like it would be weird to me if he wasn't speaking really clear basic because he says it. I've been on the run since I was super tiny because my family wants to kill me after my dad died because I'm the heir and
Right.
stuff. And then people who are not in his family want to kill him because he's Jabba's son, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to me that he would speak really clear basic. Like if he
Yeah.
didn't, then I'd be like, this doesn't click, you know, for storyline purposes.
Yeah, Son of a Wookiee on YouTube says, love seeing Zeb, Embo, Rada, and now Hutta in live action. Embo was a
My
standout character.
favorite. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite characters. And he never said
Works
a
so
word.
well.
Him and his dog.
Works
What is that
so well in
creature
live
called?
action.
What is that creature called officially? His dog.
I
I know
think
it has a name.
so. Okay, so I said at the beginning I didn't notice anything on the third viewing, but I think I noticed him saying the name of the
Yeah.
dog,
When he
and I
calls him
don't
away
think
from
it's his
the fish.
old. It's not his old hound from Clone Wars, which was named Marok. I think
No.
that that dog is gone, and he has a new hound which looks kind of like Marok, but I think
He
you do
started with
hear
like an
Embo
O.
say it.
Yeah. I do. I
Um,
really enjoyed Embo in this. The way he stood, the way he moved,
yes.
his mannerisms, all those things.
Yeah. Yeah, he was tough. I mean, it felt like he had that a similar kind of vibe and air that Boba Fett had in The Empire Strikes Back of just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's a cool bounty hunter. He's in there a little bit more than Boba Fett was back in the day, but yeah, a little bit more to do, but still he has kind of like that appeal. In the Clone Wars, I didn't really like him. I didn't like his design. And George Lucas actually designed him. He
Yeah, I
had
was about to
early
say, I feel like
designs
it's still
for him.
pretty true to his design. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
feel
in
like there
live
was a lot enough.
action,
It
the
worked.
translation is even better. I think he
Yeah.
looks better in live action to me, and the way he used his hat
Yeah. I love
that that was cool.
it was very like Captain America with his shield. And then I love when he puts it back on and he just does the like swoop
Yeah, he was
across.
aura farming, like the kids say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he was probably one of the biggest standouts to me that I really enjoyed in this. Even at the
Yeah,
very end when the twins are like, "Save us, bounty hunter," and he looks back, he's like, "Nah," and he just like walks off,
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Like I thought that was really great. Yeah, he was definitely a standout to me.
Live action Now Hutta. I thought that worked. That was spot on. That's what I kind of
Yeah,
expected Now Hutta to look like. Um, and I think maybe they changed a little bit from the marketing materials, because the marketing stuff, it looked like Jabba's palace. But
Mm.
if you're like super deep Star Wars nerds like us, you know that Jabba's palace was the um, place where the Bomar monks lived, and they are the
Mhm.
ones that maybe designed it, or Jabba took it over later on. So it
Yeah,
shouldn't
I'm trying
really
to
be
remember.
a Hatise design, really, but it was more built into like vegetation
Yeah,
and the bog and the
swamp.
woodwork, and when they crashed down, or when something fell through the ceiling, it looked like there was fungus attached to it too. And I like that
Mhm.
little touch.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they had the droid Gatra, and we got the prequel droids. There was a lot of prequel
Yep.
feel in there
I
mixed in.
loved that. I love that they had them repurposed and reused and stuff. I thought it was really great. All those like little nods. I think that was probably one of my favorite. It's like I wouldn't call them like Easter eggs or anything. I would call them nods. Like the fact that they had the droids on there from like the prequels. The fact that the
Yeah.
arena is the game, the chessboard, and they do the exact same move and noises that you see and stuff. That to me was a great nod.
That was fantastic too. I almost wish they held on to that. We never knew about it. Because
Yeah.
even they mentioned, I mean, then you hear him say, "You're doing a Dajaric match," and I think at that moment that would have given like the indication
The
that we're
deep
going to see the
fans.
live action chess pieces. And yeah, we got to see the Savrep pull up that one creature over his head,
And
like
smack them
R2 did
down.
to Chewie back in A New Hope, and slams
Yeah.
him down. Also, did you notice when one of the creatures like wrapped their tentacle around Rada, his tongue kind of came out like Jabba's does
Yeah.
when Leia slayed him? Yeah, that was a nice nod. Yeah, just seeing those creatures in real life
Mhm.
was super cool.
This was a
Um,
very creature heavy movie, which was really fun. I
yeah,
feel like I got to see so many new creatures and aliens and stuff. Even Martin Scorsese's character. I don't think we've seen that creature before, right?
we have
Where?
in Solo.
Oh, I don't remember much from Solo.
He dies really quick, and he's voiced by John
Uh,
Favreau.
oh. Did you do a
So
thumbs up? That was so weird.
no,
Did
you
you say
did.
thumbs up? I know I did, and my
That
hands are
ghost
back
behind you
here.
did.
No, it must be one of the posters. That was weird.
No, that was a ghost.
Oh no.
Who's Force Ghost? That's the question.
Oh.
But yeah, it was Rio Durant. We saw him in Solo. He was a pretty cool character, four-armed Ardenian, and then we see another Ardenian. And somebody was trying to say his name was Hugo Durant to nod to Scorsese's Hugo film that he did, his family film that he did.
That's
But
so funny.
Favreau said that he let Scorsese improv and riff his lines.
Yeah,
So
and his mannerisms.
yes, so they had to customize the movie to what Scorsese riffed on, which I think is cool. And Favreau, I think he is the king of riffs and improv in big budget spectacle films, because allegedly Iron Man was a total improv.
That's wild. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at
Okay,
all.
so there was an outline. There was an outline. There was a script, but they just said, Robert, do your thing, and he did his thing, and it came out fantastic. One of the greatest movies of all time, I think. So yeah, there's that. I know there's a lot of people in chat telling us stuff, and I'm glad for it because I remembered more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embo. We talked about Embo. Rada's
Rio
design. I
Durant.
loved it. Loved his voice. I love the twins showing back
Hmm.
up. I love the fact that that place is like crawling with huts, and who knows
Yeah,
what
I
they
thought
were
that was.
doing.
I don't want to know what they were doing. I don't want to know.
It's like a
It's just
scene
all
from other
very awkward.
movies.
Very
Yeah,
awkward. Very not family friendly.
very not family friendly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Um,
I love the trap door that they have and stuff that
yeah, the
leads down into the
dragon
bottom.
snake.
Yeah, that was very cool.
So yeah, very cool design, very cool use of it. The action set pieces with that dragon snake were really cool. Um, do you know what its first appearance was in live action?
In live action, no. I know I've seen it in animation twice.
We've seen it in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
Obi-Wan dispatched it very quickly with his lightsaber, made
Quick
no
work.
work of it. But the very first appearance, I did not know this. Something I did not know. I just learned this. But The Empire Strikes Back on Dagobah.
Oh no!
The monster that spit out
Oh,
R2 on Dagobah. That was a
yeah.
dragon snake.
You know what's so sad is I was watching that last night, and I watched that
Well,
exact
I
scene.
mean,
I went,
there's
"Poor
even.
R2."
I thought that was a totally different creature, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the same one at all, and I
And when
just
people
watched both.
posted it, I was like, I gotta look this up. So I went to Wikipedia, looked it up. It's true, according to
Wild,
Wikipedia. Yeah.
wild,
Um,
wild.
yeah, the design, the trap door, the classic. Yeah, hit the button, you fall through in a Hut's lair.
Yeah.
Um,
One thing I also really loved about this, I loved two major things that I loved about this. Okay, three major things that I loved about this. One is on trend. I love the music and stuff. I love the music. You know, you love the puppets. I love the music. It works. It's fine. We'll balance each other out. But I thought the music was great the entire time. Get that thing away from me.
he took a dive.
He took a dive. He got tossed in. The poor abusive puppets.
Yeah.
Um, but I loved the music. I thought Ludwig did a great job with it, in my opinion. The other thing I loved is that we got to see Grogu do more. He wasn't just hanging around, lifting his hand, being cute, things like that. He had a lot of cute moments. Don't get me wrong, a lot of cute moments. His relationship with Rada was really sweet, with them on the beach, them taking a nap together and stuff like that. But getting a whole scene where he's taking care of Din, right? Like, he doesn't really know. He does force heals. He's like, "Why are you not waking up?" He builds him a little shelter. You get a little bit of comic relief in there during this moment. He goes off and gets water and food and things like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, we got to see him actually do stuff. He also had to like figure out how to get to him, right? Him and the Anzellans and stuff. And then he looks back. He's like, "Get in the ship." He's like, "I'm not gonna fit in there." He's like, "Well, then I'm not going either," you know? Like,
Yeah.
I do think it was a little too long, but I really enjoyed seeing Grogu actually do something.
Hmm.
Makes me think like, okay, we're moving in this direction where he's gonna have to figure out life without Din, and is he even gonna be able to survive without losing all the cuteness that he brings in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So Devin, one of our awesome Patreon members, he says on Instagram, "Am I the only one who didn't like the credits at the front of the movie? Felt wrong."
Yeah,
It's
I wasn't expecting it. I don't know if it felt wrong, but I definitely was not expecting it.
it's a catch-22 for me because yeah, we're doing the Mandalorian, but it's a Star Wars film. We have credits for the Mandalorian. I don't know. Yeah, that whole beginning, no crawl, the credits in the front. That's not the traditional thing, but
Mm.
I mean, it's weird. It's like calling a cat a dog, you know. I mean, it's so like it doesn't feel right, you know? But like I said,
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm used to the crawl. I'm used to all that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, and then you had the discourse of the public saying, "Oh, it's just TV in public because it's the Mandalorian." So that just gave them more
Yeah,
ammunition, you know? And I didn't like
I
that.
guess. But
Yeah.
it's also like you have to accept the fact that it started out as a show and now they're doing a movie. So what else is it supposed to, like, you're going to connect it mentally to what you know of it, right? So no
Yeah.
matter what, even if this was totally different, if they had a crawl, people were still going to make that comment about like, it's just the episode, like multiple episodes put together, because that the reality is when we watch episodes and you binge watch it, you're pretty much watching a movie. You're watching
Yeah.
2, 3 movies put together. So yeah, I think that commentary was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. And here he is now on
Um,
YouTube watching us, Dev McCaffrey. Credits
Hey,
bothered me more than
Devin.
the crawl. So the thing I did love though were these guys. I know this is Babu Frick. He wasn't in the movie. It was like four Zellens. They weren't Babu Frick, but they were all voiced by Shirley Henderson, who
Yeah.
voiced Babu Frick, and she voiced all four unique Zellens. And of course, she was also Moaning Myrtle in the Harry Potter film. Great job. I love these guys. I mean, I just love the design, the
Yeah,
big
they're great.
hands, they're mechnics. Um, they can fix anything, build anything, apparently. Their interaction with Grogu, horrible baby. That's a bad baby. But then still they allowed him to like hang out with them while they were working on the Razor Crest.
It
They
almost felt
were
like they were teaching him.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I just love the design of these. And J.J. Abrams got a special thank you at the end of the film. It was a few people actually. J.J. Abrams, Edgar Wright, Guillermo del Toro. He helped on the design of Rada, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Watts got a thank you. The one of the runners for Skeleton Crew, and of course the director of the Spider-Man trilogy. And yeah, there's a few other people out there, and I think there's one name I just did not recognize, and I was like, "Who's that?" But yeah, and then of course you saw the same kind of names that you've seen before in post credits. You saw a lot of Sam Witwer. He was a voice of a stormtrooper or a trooper out
Anthony
there.
Daniels was the voice
Anthony
of a
Daniels, yeah, you
droid.
pointed that out. He
I
continued his
love
streak.
that.
Yep,
He's
he's
in
been in every
every
Star Wars
movie.
film. He voiced a
That is
droid.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was like an air trafficking one.
Okay. But which one was that? What part of the movie was that?
I really don't remember. I think no, it was like not when he's when he's going back to base the first time. So
okay. And a lot of people complained about this, and I'm like, well, this is what they do in The Mandalorian. All of the director cameos, and they're actually characters in
Trapper
The
Wolf.
Mandalorian. Trapper Wolf, yes. Rick Famuyiwa, Deborah Chow. I love that scene on the prisoner.
Continuity.
When they blow up that base in outer space. That's one of my favorite episodes too. But yeah, I don't mind that. And Filoni was there with his actual like real life hat on, like his tan hat that he wears. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, and to see Doug Chang in there too, that was fantastic. I was like, "Are we going to see him pilot?"
I think you were the one who told me to go to his panel in Japan. He is such a great speaker, and his book is amazing.
He's maybe the best speaker I've ever heard.
Yeah, Doug Chang. Shout out to Doug Chang.
He's probably one of the smartest people, him and John Knoll.
Yeah.
Also, Dennis Mirren, ridiculously great at speaking. Ridiculous. And that was my first Celebration experience that I had going to his panel. And he did like a PowerPoint presentation on Return of the Jedi.
Very
and
cool.
I was like, I feel like I'm at work, but we're talking Star Wars.
Dude, I feel like you would love a Craig Miller panel.
Maybe.
You would love it. You'd love it.
Yeah, the story, I mean, I liked it. I didn't love it. Every time I saw the movie, I saw it 3 times,
Yeah.
I liked it more and more and more.
I thought it was just a fun story.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just kind of getting over the fact that it's not a traditional Star Wars film in the ways I talked about. But yeah, Pedro Pascal was great. Yeah, Pedro Pascal was great. The puppetry I thought was great, and I love puppets. That to me, that is Star Wars. People cried for a long time that we need more practical.
Yeah, there's a lot of great practical sets, full scale sets in this one.
Yep. And they kept the budget down, so they're gonna make money if they haven't already on this film after the first weekend. And a lot of people did go. A lot of people did go see it. I know we went into buying tickets at certain theaters, and there was not a lot of people in there. I don't think any theater I went to was a sellout. There were still seats available.
Ours was a sellout.
Yours didn't sell out either?
No, ours was a sellout.
Oh, okay.
There was only one empty seat that belonged to David Lozano, who did not make it. That was the only empty seat.
And I was sitting in the balcony too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff happens. What's another thing that you liked?
I loved all the action sequences.
Okay.
I thought the movement, the swagger, the amount of like murdering that was happening was so great. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was just beating people up. Like, no, he was in there, he was getting business done and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, he's here. Um, I love he we got the Mando line. I can bring you in hot or I can bring you in cold. That
Yep.
was
Oh,
amazing.
the line that had everybody rolling in my first showing, opening night. Mando walks up to Radistel and says, "Do wanna wanga?"
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so let me tell you, this was the fun part about seeing it with James and stuff because you
Yeah.
guys would say it all the time as the like sign out. I hear Duanawanga, I start to giggle. I hear James do a full rolling laugh and stuff because he's like 2 seats away from me. And then I start laughing. So my husband's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm laughing at James.
Oh man, I wish I was there to hear that. I probably would have heard him.
Yeah, you would have because he had like a his big rolling laugh and stuff like that. Oh man, it was hilarious and stuff.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I laughed and I thought it was appropriate when Grogu saw the thermal detonators and was constantly tapping on his helmet and then looked back in and started tapping harder. Like, let's get out of here.
I'm like, bro, we're cutting it close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. There was a lot of great comic relief and stuff. Okay, you know one thing, like I actually really enjoyed how they did it because I was really worried about this. That character, the swamp character that gives him
Yeah,
the
the catfish man.
antidote. Yes, and
The
stuff.
gator catfish man, yeah.
I was gonna say, do we have a name for that character? And
We
I
do.
thought
It
we
sounds
did.
like I don't remember it, but it looks like it's spelled like gator or something. So
Okay.
yeah.
Um, so I'm actually happy the way they used him. I was really worried. I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna go into this whole thing now, and it's gonna be stuff." No, I thought the way they used him was great and stuff. Like
Right.
he saw baby Grogu, and he was like, "Okay, this little kid's trying to eat when my fish is gone and stuff." He helps him hide. He gives him the antidote and everything, and it seems like he's living on Nalhutta, like totally chill so he has like some kind of respect from the huts
Yeah.
and like from the
Yeah.
droids and everything because no one came to bother him except for Embo. And even Embo was very respectful to him. Like he could have used force and aggression, but even when his like hound started wandering off, and he was like, "Stay away from my fish," Embo called it back, you know? Like there was no sign of like aggression or anything on that.
Yeah. What's his backstory? That'd be cool if we got a little bit of backstory there.
Yeah,
Um,
that.
maybe like a one shot comic or something. But I like the sound of his voice too.
Yeah.
Um,
It's that one actor. He does a bunch of like voice acting and stuff like that, and his face is very recognizable. Dude, oh,
that one
it's gonna
guy.
bother me. That one
Yeah.
guy with the face
Yeah.
and the voice.
So I also love the fact that it was a big callback from Jabba's palace. Yeah, we knew about
Hmm.
this from the second trailer, I believe. Amanaman. I love it when they said release the Amani, and it was a bunch of those alien creatures that just swam and rolled and were like vicious. They weren't Gatori, yeah, son of a Wookiee. Yeah, I knew there was a gator in the name. The name of that creature that we're talking about, the catfish guy, Gatori. At first to me, he sounded like Samuel L. Jackson, then like Billy D, but it wasn't either. Yeah,
Here it is.
I really did like that character. And I love the Amani. I have a new respect for him. I didn't think that design either was that great, but to see him in live action, see him like intense and fierce, I thought that was really cool that they had like their own like little army and they could swim and fight.
Oh man, where is it? Gatori. Okay, here he is.
Son of a
Sorry,
Wookiee on YouTube
ass.
says, I think Grogu will be a big part of Star Wars for years to come.
Stephen McKinley Henderson.
What's he look like? That name does sound familiar.
Yeah, once you see his face, you'll
Steven.
recognize him.
Is he like a comic
No.
as well? No.
This guy.
He was in Dune. I think
I've never seen Dune. No one come for me.
I thought you watched all those movies.
Mm. Dune is just like too long. Ladybird.
That's where Star Wars got its ideas from.
Mm. So they
But
say.
anyways, yeah, I like the design of the droids. The droids that had the big shoulder pieces, and um, the different droids that and like the circular. And I think that we've seen those types of droids in the Mandalorian, the ones with like the saucer heads
Yeah.
and the different, like almost Knights of the Old Republic type style
Yeah.
heads on some of those droids.
I thought we got a lot of I feel like we got such a good balance of like recognizable characters, some deep cuts for like fans like us, that were really meaningful ones and stuff, and a lot of new. I feel like we got so many new great characters, so many new great like things that I feel like you know what it is. Maybe this is a standalone movie, but I think it's a foundation movie where they can build and bring in so much off of this story because we've introduced Rada, we've introduced Gatori, we've introduced Embo in live action and stuff like that. So I think maybe this is just the first movie of connectivity and lore, and it's starting its own little like sprout of stories.
Hmm. I really hope Rada comes into play. I mean, he said at the end of the movie, I feel like I want to stick around. And Zeb was like, I think I have a uniform that fits you. So
Exactly.
if we go back to Adelphi base, are we going to see Rada there? Are we going to see Zeb there?
I think we'll have to. People would be so upset if we don't.
So my buddy Carl, who's been on the podcast before, and we've gone to celebrations together, will be going to the next celebration, maybe driving his Tesla over there. But
You guys
he
are wild.
noticed something that I didn't really pick up on. I didn't try to pick up on because I'm like, I understand movie making, that there's budgets and all this and that. Zeb did not interact with anyone except for Din Djarin most of the time. And then when
He
they
was the
walked
main person,
into,
yeah.
then when he walked, when they walked into the base, he just disappeared. It's like he was no longer in frame. And of course, money. It takes a lot to render him and artists to build him and everything and animate him. Also, he was like, Zeb never reflected off of Mando's armor either. And I was like, that's also interesting. But I mean, that costs a lot of money, you know?
They're missing those little details.
Also, there was a shot of Zeb we saw a long time ago where he's in the cockpit of an X-wing. We never saw him in the cockpit of any X-wing in this film.
Nope.
So
Well,
was there like a story change, or
maybe it was just a scene cut and stuff like that where maybe he goes in at some point like instead of the Anzellans kind of thing. So I expected him to be in the X-wing when they were coming into Nalhutta to like save them. That's what
uh-huh.
I expected. Um but it didn't happen obviously. Like I don't know. It makes sense like maybe they just changed that piece of it. They're like, "No, we need to put them in a bigger ship for the story." Like how else are they going to get out of here? They have a hut. Someone has to be in this bigger ship, right? So maybe like the story didn't change, but they had to make that pivot when they
Mm-hmm.
realized it.
Yeah, could be.
Because he didn't come in on the Razor Crest, did he?
They put him in that net and he hung from the ceiling. And
No,
Mando
no,
was
no.
like,
When Zeb went in to save them from in Nalhutta, what ship did they
not
come
the
back to the
Ewing,
base in at the end?
the Ewing.
Oh.
But yeah, something that I really, really love, I'll always love to the day I die probably, are the X-Wings. X-Wings in action, X-Wings in motion, X-Wings in flight, X-Wings in battles, firing the 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 proton torpedoes. I mean, the sound effect. I love it so much. Where's our Rogue Squadron movie? Where is it? Are we gonna get a lot of X-Wings in Starfighter? I mean, what?
I
And those were the classic X-Wings too, which I love.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, Starfighter makes sense. Is Rogue Squadron still happening?
They say it's shelved, but if you look right there, I have a giant X-Wing behind my Sideshow Grogu puppet, and I just bought that
Nice.
same X-Wing, but it was broken for
Oh,
$1, or my wife did. She bought it broken for $1. I'm planning to stick it somewhere where it's like battle damage. Um, but
that's
yeah,
so
I love
funny.
X-Wings. That was my first Star Wars toy, and I got it from
Oh,
Japan, straight from Japan.
that's very
So,
cool.
yeah, I love them so
Well,
much.
yeah, I guess that's all my dislikes and likes and loves. I'm definitely going to see it again. I'm really excited for it. So one thing that I was like worried about, it was not going to be a rewatchable movie. Oh, this is totally a rewatchable movie. I'm gonna go see it in the theater again. I can't wait for it to come on streaming. I feel like this is gonna definitely would become a part of my cycle of comfort movies that just like play in my house while I'm just hanging around.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it. I wish there was, like I said, the crawl and all that stuff, but and then the connective tissue would have been nice. Um, but I'm a patient fan. The older I get, the faster time goes. So I'm not worried about it. Celebration will be here before we know it.
Before we know it.
Yeah, and we still got probably a few space cons, Rebel Scum cons. So, I mean, I might see it a fourth time. I actually do have free passes. I delivered some pizza to that theater in my hometown, and they're like, "You want passes as your tip?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then they gave
Yes,
me
sir.
money too. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's
and they were
nice.
just wondering what I was going to say, I guess. And I delivered pizza to them. I get some free passes, so I can go and
Nice.
check it out, and maybe have the whole theater to myself, possibly on a weeknight or something. But yeah, I do want to see it one more time. And Craig 5 is telling everyone that they should watch it in IMAX 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that option is also open to me. They just only show it once a day, so I got to hit it right on target. I got to be, yeah, as the saying goes. Um, but yeah, I think the more I see it, the more I'm gonna like it. It's a solid film. It's a solid
It
film,
is.
and with characters, full of characters that I love. These guys, he almost bent over again. Grogu, seeing him in action,
Din.
putting his armor on, the Razor Crest is back.
Oh,
You did get a shot of the N1 Starfighter at his hovel
yeah.
on Navarro. When we were flying back to Navarro, I thought we are gonna get Cara Dune. I thought we are gonna get that as a surprise.
I knew that that was not gonna happen. Gina
How did you
Carano
know that,
is
Mary?
because Gina Carano would have she would not have kept that to
Spill the
herself.
beans.
Especially while she had that fight recently kind of thing. Nah, like
She did
she's
talk
done with
Star Wars in
Disney.
interviews, though. I was
She's
like,
done with Disney. Disney is done with her.
no, they're talking. There's
I don't
talks.
know.
That's
I
what
think
she
it's
said.
talks to I don't know. I haven't seen that confirmed anywhere else.
Yeah.
Um but I will, you know what? There was one thing I think we were saying on the last podcast that I found out later is that people were kind of upset like there was no reference to Carl Weathers when they were on Navarro. There is a reference to him. The stall is called Weathers Apollo in I think it was like in Huttese or something. No, in a different
Arabesh and
language.
Shikari.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Arbush and
Yeah.
stuff
We
that
saw that in one of the
translates to Weathers
trailers a
Apollo.
long time ago, it feels like now.
Mhm. But they
I
were kind
want
of
to
hoping
be
there'd
able
be
to
like some kind of
read.
statue on Navarro.
Yeah, yeah, he does have a statue. I'm not sure. Uh, trying to think back. I'm not sure if that already appeared in something.
No
or we
clue.
just know because we're us. I don't know. Um,
There's just so much information in my brain. None of it isn't organized anymore. It's not organized anymore. It's just crammed in.
yeah. Also, I think we want to, if you're still watching us, you're a real Star Wars fan. And I want to reward you. So if you're on Patreon, I'm willing to send you out a pack of the Star Wars Unlimited cards.
Ooh.
And also, if you're listening or watching us on YouTube, comment on YouTube that you want the cards. And then just send me an email with where to send the cards, and I'll send you a pack of cards. So there's 2 cards I'm giving out. One to our Patreon members. The first person that asks for it, they'll get them. And that's the Patreon giveaway. And then for YouTube, if you comment, I want the cards, and like our video, I'll send them to you too. And just send the email to Star Wars Stuff Podcast at gmail.com, and I'll send those out. So I have a few extra. So
It's so
just let
nice
me
of
know.
you.
Well,
That's so
I mean,
nice.
yeah, I want to
People
start
don't need
trying to
to
give
know.
away more stuff. And I do have a few of them. So luckily. So yeah, just let me know, and or let us know, and we'll do that. So I know a few of our Patreon subscribers are watching. So, and if you don't want them, that's fine. Or if you already got some, I mean, it's just a pack of 2 cards, Star Wars Unlimited. It's the game that just got released not too long ago. So
that's fun.
So anything else? Anything that we missed?
Movie wise, no, I think we kind of hit everything that we wanted to talk about, that we liked, disliked.
Sigourney Weaver's performance was good. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all right. I mean, there's something in my millennial heart which is like comforted by her being in it and stuff, like growing up watching all of the movies she was in, all the sci-fi and everything. Like she belongs in she's for me, her and Katie Sackhoff belong in every sci-fi franchise. Like I just need to see their faces in every kind of like
Bo-Katan wasn't in this film.
That was the one that kind of surprised me. I kind of thought she would be. Like she would the one that show up in some form, even if it was just a phone call.
Yeah.
Like if he called Bo to be the one to go help him save Din from the Hutts.
Or maybe you think like, well, trying to remember how we last left Bo.
She was on Mandalore.
Right.
They found out that it wasn't toxic to live there.
Right.
She was trying to rebuild Mandalore.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to get her involved. I was like thinking maybe she was on the same bounty or something, or maybe she was a prisoner that she was trying to do a bounty for the twins, and they rescued her and Rada, and then they got assistance from her. I don't know.
Maybe she was out recruiting more Mandalorians to come back to Mandalore.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yep. Star Wars in the theater.
When I talked to Katie, she was very like vault locked, not saying a word.
Yeah. I wish she would have signed up for Rebel Scum or Space Con again.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised she's even doing, I think she's like doing these things. Maybe she was in Ahsoka season 2. But my understanding is she's been in LA this entire time because of her daughter's treatment.
Okay.
But I mean, that makes it even crazier to me because this entire movie was shot here in LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
She could have easily have done it.
And I do have some pictures here. So I think everybody saw the influencer videos where the influencers were like surprised by Pedro Pascal in his suit. So Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver were at Disneyland, and there's a shot of them. Sigourney's terrified. Pedro is having the time of his life on Hyperspace Mountain. I love that they changed it to that.
Yeah, they do it for all the month of May. No, it's just for the month of May. Okay. So previous years, they would do it for the season of the Force, which would go from like May through June and stuff. It's now they didn't do season of the Force this year. So they're just doing it for the month of May.
Interesting. And here's some of the standees. This is at Santikos Palladium. And I think they ripped some of it off on the only part. I don't know. It's odd. Also, this cool, like, kind of matte. It says this is the way to IMAX. I thought that was a nice touch.
That is pretty cool.
Here's the picture you took of the Chinese theater.
49 years ago today. That's where Star Wars premiered.
Yep. Here's a new
today
poster.
They have a Star Wars banner up.
Yeah. Here's a new poster that's very Empire Strikes Back-esque.
Oh, and yeah.
I don't know if he's watching right now, but I'm going to show a picture of one of the people I went with. There's Chris. He's been on the podcast.
Hey, Chris.
He got his bucket there, and I took a picture of the standee in the lobby. This was at AMC as well. And I was able to buy the last popcorn bucket at my local theater that had Grogu on it. So
yeah. I'm on it. So James is currently watching it again right now. I asked him to like try to get me the Grogu bucket that looks that he's in the basket. Yeah. I saw a really great video online.
This one right here.
Yeah, I saw a really great video online. Someone turned it into a planted pot planter. And I was like, I want to do that. That would be adorable.
I
also seen some pretty great videos online of people like watching the post-credit scenes and like recording. See who I need to find on LinkedIn. Who I need to connect with on LinkedIn. I was like, that is so funny.
I'm trying to get the other thing here without ripping my headphones out.
Don't do it.
Strange stuff. Okay, I got it. I also bought the
nice
Mando popcorn bucket here. I think you open it.
That is so shiny.
Yeah, I didn't get any popcorn in it, but that's how it opens up.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. Ted was like, I want to just get one because it's going to look good behind me. So, yeah, I'll put that somewhere.
It's cheaper than an actual helmet, too.
Yeah. It's almost the same size, almost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that I think that just about covers it.
Yeah. So many events coming up. SpaceCon, the Lucas Museum, Rebel Scum Con.
Here's a great question.
Oh.
What did those popcorn buckets cost over there? It was ridiculously expensive here. Yes, it was. So I bought these two at the AMC in South Austin, and I could have swore the lady said $180. And I was like, what? And I was like, all right, whatever. I got to go. But it actually turned out to be $114 with no popcorn.
The at alone,
I think they would have threw the popcorn in there if I asked for it, but I was like, yeah, don't dirty them up. I just bought them just to have them. So
my at was alone was $80.
Yeah. That's probably one of the greatest popcorn buckets of all time, in my opinion.
I've got some pretty good ones. I've got some pretty wild popcorn buckets. Oh, you want to see this? This popcorn bucket was from the last Star Wars movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Anna on Facebook says I'm seeing it again tomorrow. Anna actually had a pretty cool interaction with Billy Lord, and
oh, cool.
She had a really cool report to give on her Facebook. And I'm hoping to meet Billy Lord at some point, sometime. Hopefully she comes around to our place.
She seems to be more open to it now that her kids are a little older.
Yeah. Son of a Wookiee on YouTube says they were $67.50 here. I couldn't justify that, especially since I didn't like popcorn.
You don't have to eat the popcorn. That's what I did. I gave my popcorn away.
Yeah. All right, let's go through and just read all the comments here. A lot of people put comments in. Let me see. Derpy on YouTube says, I'm generally kind of sad to be a Star Wars fan because of the hate this movie is getting. I think the tide is turned on that after people saw it. Because I did hear a lot of people audibly say, that was actually that's actually good. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And like young kids were saying, like teenagers, I heard saying it.
Critics gave it a bad score, but I think the fan score is significantly higher.
Yeah. The critic score, I never base anything on that. Audience score is what I look at. Derpy also says that's a cool mic, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
I read a couple of those. Sapporo Zach says, "Oh, you're getting me Buc-ee's. Thanks."
Yeah, right, Zach. It'll be so gross by the time it gets to you. Unless you're going to meet us there. I think we're going to go Friday or Saturday morning.
Really? I don't think that's going to work.
I think it will. I don't think we have.
How early going to wake up? Buc-ee's is a far away.
It's an hour drive from us. But so this is what I was thinking. If you guys want to in on our plans. Wake up. We all go, or Zach and I go to Buc-ee's in the morning, pick up breakfast, and then bring it to the con, and we can all have breakfast at the con while we set up. That's what I kind of thought we would end up doing. Whoever wants to wake up early and go, who doesn't, it's fine. This is why I rented a car. This is why having two cars comes in handy.
Yeah. Zach on YouTube says Buster Keaton and Chaplin. Yeah, based on that. Zach said no popcorn buckets here. Wow, that's.
You need to go to Tokyo Disneyland to get your popcorn buckets. You have the best popcorn buckets in all the world, sir. You just got to go to Disney for them.
Travis Mitchell says also I felt the action got to be too much. Shoutouts went on way too long, and while I don't want to say Mando feels invincible, I don't think the action challenged him as a person. I think Embo challenged him.
I do too. I think Embo really challenged him. I thought the snake challenged him.
Yeah.
You know? You know what thing we didn't bring up? The helmet coming off. I thought his helmet would be off a lot longer than that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's really Lateef that does all the action, and Brendan does the walking.
He does the walking and the gunslinging. Anytime you see him with a blaster and a gun, that's Brennan. Anytime you see like choreographed action moves, that's Lateef. So that's why. So the last pod when me and the guys were talking about, it's like, oh, it's weird that they threw his helmet down. I was like, I bet that was in my brain. Now that I think about it, it's like, oh, that had to be because Pedro would not be able to do a lot of the physical moves to get in and out of there and stuff. So they had to get the helmet back on him some way so it could be Lateef.
Yeah.
Makes
sense. Travis on YouTube says, I go back to the show and think of all the father-son moments, which were great. In the first half of this movie, there really none. He says, don't touch that and get out of here. Well, that's what a father has to do.
A puppy. He has to treat him like a puppy half of the time. Sit, heel.
Son of a Wookiee says on YouTube, we haven't seen a fit hut before, so it makes sense that he moves differently. Oof. So he was arguing with you there.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has a right to their opinion and how they feel. If that's how you feel, I completely understand. Just not how I feel. That is not a way a hut is supposed to move.
And Travis on YouTube also says, as someone who likes Din, I felt very disconnected from him emotionally. I didn't. So when Rada and the Zellans came in, who were challenged and don't always win, I got invested. So did my theater. Interesting. Okay. He also says, as for Thrawn, Rada kind of is heir to the Hutt Empire Hutt space. Joining the New Republic grant them more access to space. When he finds out Ahsoka's missing, he'll likely go find her. Ooh.
That's smart.
But then that means
he's got to take over. He's got to take on his dad's syndicate.
But are they willing to spend the money to animate him in live action for the Ahsoka season 2? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, it's already
I would love
Ahsoka season 2 is done.
I would love that continuation. But I mean, that doesn't mean he's not in it, though. He could have been in it.
Yeah.
He says, I love that without dialogue, we see Grogu sinning for himself in the woods, which Luke most definitely taught him during his training, down to his own master built huts and hunted for the food. Yeah. I love that. That's some connective tissue there. And he says if Rada has a uniform, that's less hut to animate. Is it though?
No, because I think they have to animate the uniform.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then Travis said he's going to hate the music.
I told you. Called it.
Travis also says on YouTube, I really like the music because it felt like the universe of the world we were in, not so much music for the movie we were watching.
I agree.
He also says the synth of Shikari makes me think of sleazy streets, neon lights, and also the music of the UFC entrance. It worked on me.
It kind of had like a Matrix vibe to it.
Yeah. He also says, I was on an island thinking Din Djarin feels like maybe Din Diesel with how many superhero things he's able to do. I understand he has armor and skills. I just want to see him challenged. Well, I mean, he did get challenged by the dragon snake because, I mean, he didn't get out unscathed. So
yeah,
he needed Grogu's assistance to break him out, essentially. Travis on YouTube says, going off the action, it went on long enough to a point where it even felt mean-spirited. So many people getting shot in the head, animals getting killed. It got annoying a few times. Did you feel like that at all?
No, I loved it.
I know their bird got blown away.
Yeah.
And then the rat from the pipe that Grogu shot the paintball at, that got blown.
Yeah.
That got disintegrated, I think.
Yeah. I don't think it made it out.
Yeah, he also says, my mom tagged along because her friends wanted to see the movie too, and she knows nothing of Star Wars. I wanted to see a reaction and couldn't imagine she felt very connected to Mando as a result. He also says, Rada was the first baby Yoda. Only fans hated him, and he was forgotten. For me, this movie is about not just protecting the old as in mentors, but generations of Star Wars. I appreciated that.
Poor Stinky.
Yeah. He also says, we got a scene at the end that really emphasizes what the movie was for me. Mando swimming in the water, holding Grogu, foreign Zellans, and Rada, things that represent each trilogy, saving them all.
Makes sense. That's kind of cool.
Son of a Wookiee on YouTube says, I liked Rada speaking basic. He didn't want to be like his father, and I feel like Jabba would be insulted by him not speaking Huttese.
Yeah.
Travis also says on YouTube, I wonder if Rio Durant was a Duran Duran reference, the name of the band in the song Rio. I don't know.
Travis, how do you know all this?
When I heard Rio Durant the first time, I thought of Kevin Durant. And I know Kevin Durant was playing for the Warriors at the time, which is the San Francisco area. And maybe he had some influence there. Because I know they did the whole Kobe Bryant homage thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know Duran Duran. I know the song Rio. So yeah, that could be. He asked, was there a scene that got you emotionally? I think all the father-son stuff. I think when Grogu built the hut and he went inside of it and he laid down to sleep between his body and his arm. It made me think of our dog. It made me think of like a little kid, like sleeping with his, just trying to feel safe, just to have some normalcy in that type of situation. And yeah, him holding the Anzellans, all four Anzellans, Grogu. I was like, man, that's awesome. Papa. And then when the Anzellans came back, that was cool. I think Shirley Henderson was like, we told you we'd come back. And I think Dan was surprised. And I love that fact. And of course, they brought the whole Adelphi fleet. Son of a Wookiee says, loving Zellen's Babu Frick was one of my favorite parts of The Rise of Skywalker. It's maybe the biggest takeaway from The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. Travis also says on YouTube, when the movie became about Grogu and his buddies, that's when it really came alive for me. The puppets, Mary, the puppets.
I love the puppets. I don't love the abuse of the puppets. Poor little Anzellan just floating around.
Yeah.
I can't believe it wasn't more jarring for you.
Travis also, well, I mean, they're puppets. Travis says, I like the credits. I knew right away it was a Top Gun homage with the ships refueling at sunrise. We just needed a rendition of Danger Zone and Hatties. That would have been funny. Travis also says, I really like Gattori, the fisherman dude who helps Grogu. Like many, I thought it was Mark Hamill for a second and also Idris Elba. It probably should have been Mark Hamill. Now that I think about it.
I wonder if they asked him to do anything. And he was just like either nah or I'm done or something.
Son of a Wookiee says, I've tried watching Dune a few times, but never stay awake.
Same. That's what keeps happening to me. I turn it on and I'm like, I can't, I'm done. And it just turns off. Adam and Zach both really tried to get me to watch it. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah. Zach says, can you use a popcorn bucket at Disney parks?
What?
So yeah, there's a new sipper that is a jetpack with Grogu on it, and you can pull out the middle part, and that's where you put your drink, and then you have a long straw.
Like a hydro sipper. Take it biking with you.
Yeah, and there's also something else I can't remember.
There's the lightsaber swivel sticks. There's that, and then there's the droid bucket.
But wasn't there something else like Mando related?
I thought they had the helmet at one point, and I thought they had the at one point, but those both sold out.
And on Facebook says Billy was so sweet. She said it was her first con and her own.
Nice.
All right, that's pretty much it. So thank you everyone for participating in the comments there and listening to us and subscribing to our podcast on YouTube. Like I said, first person that chimes in, I can send them a pack of the Star Wars Unlimited AMC cards. Also on Patreon, first person checks in there, you get the cards. And of course, you can find us everywhere on social media. We're on Instagram. Thank you for everyone watching us there. Hopefully I read every single comment there. I think I did. Just scrolling right quick. I think I did. Yeah. Chris mentioned that I was talking about him at one point. Twitter at StuffPod. You can find us at Blue Sky at Star Wars Stuff .bluesky.social. Threads, we're on Star Wars Stuff Pod as well. Patreon, you can always subscribe there. We have some free content, some stuff you got to pay for, but everything that we do, it ends up there. So it's a good aggregator. So if you miss something on YouTube or Facebook, you'll probably see it there. We're also on TikTok. You can email the show, starstuffpodcast@gmail.com. When I do a giveaway, you can email that particular email. Send me the address where to send your stuff to. Facebook, we have a page and a group, and that's pretty active. And on Apple and Spotify, give us 5 stars. That'd be great. It helps the podcast. It helps us in the rankings. Maybe get Lucasfilm to notice us more. I don't know. Also, check out StarWarsStuffPodcast.com. We do have a website. James has written some terrific articles. There's a lot of stuff on there about Maul Shadow Lord. So check all that out.
And we should get him to write an article about the movie.
I think he will.
Right now.
I think he will. I think you'll see that. I think he'll be really good. He's a really good writer. So check all that out. And there's one more comment. If I can get to it.
Is it the Son of a Wookiee?
5-star review is done. Thank you so much, Son of a Wookiee.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right. For Mary, my name is David. And may the Force be with you.
Always.
This is the way.
Dun 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 dun.
That was good, but Dewanawanga? That's not one, Mary.
I was trying to think of a line from the movie. I was trying to think of a line from the movie.
Okay, so I got a line. One of my favorite lines was, if I get this right, that'd be great. It's the old protect the young, and then the young protect the old.
My favorite line was, "Do you know how to fly this thing?" I can't even fit in the cockpit.
Yeah, I liked when he said that. And wasn't it weird when he kept on saying, I want to be a better man? Is he really a man?
You're a hut.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting. We're still doing the podcast. All right, guys.
Do we need to redo the whole sign off? Starting again from the top.
All right, bye, guys. Thanks for everything. Bye-bye.